It's podcast time.
You know we're on the radio, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my
and
big
you're happy
time.
with this? You're happy with this?
If I was Marsha Hines, I'd be saying, girlfriend, you're going straight through to Sydney.
We talked to Mark Riley, Channel 7's political reporter, about the wash-up from the election. What does this mean for the Liberal Party? Has the party been wiped out?
Mm-hmm.
Where do they go from here? What role has Donald Trump played in this election? Mark, as always, gives us his insights.
Down at the Jonesy and Amanda Arms, this piqued my interest because my daughter is getting married next year.
Yeah, and are you stumping for the drinks?
Well, yeah, I just paid a sizable deposit
Yeah.
for the wedding venue.
Yeah.
So it looks like I am, but...
A whole lot of new, well, I guess it's Gen Zers or Zers. What do you say? Gen Z?
Just said.
Are having weddings where you pay for your own drinks.
Yeah, but the kids these days, they don't get married. They get a tattoo instead.
No, but often you're paying for your own wedding. The parents don't always do the wedding. So if you're trying to save a bit of money, is it fair enough that you ask your guests to buy their own drinks?
I
We're
wish
going to
my
put it to
daughter
the pub test.
just chose to get a tattoo. That would be cheaper, I would imagine.
That says my father's cheap.
What about your TV show? On her neck. What about your TV show? The Piano.
What about it, Brendan?
I was reading the newspaper in the Critics' Choice. 5 stars.
The show started last night. We'll talk about that.
Ursula Carlson. As funny as a hat full of bumholes.
No funnier than that.
No, that's funny.
Is it? No, I don't
I-
think you use that expression as an example of humour.
Yeah, I've misspoken there.
Yeah, I think
Ursula
you've missed all your metaphors.
Has every right to take me to task, but she is that funny.
She's joining us on the show.
Also gets my ghoulies. Enjoy the podcast.
Everybody
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda.
Miss Keller. Amanda.
Doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles. Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Good morning to you, Amanda. How are you?
I'm very well, and how are you?
I love this outfit. You look like a little soldier.
You know, I went to...
Yes, Sergeant Major.
I think it's the Finders Keepers. Is that what it's called at Carriageworks on the weekend, where people who make crafts and goods and all that stuff I like, jewellery, bags, scarves, all of that stuff, pottery, it's at Carriageworks. I think it's on a couple of times a year. And this jacket, it's like an Army Fatigues jacket. This woman gets stuff from Army disposal stores and embroiders stuff on them. It's nice, isn't it?
Very good.
Thank you.
I could never fatigue of your look.
Oh, nice. Though it is part camouflage, part high camp. I don't know where I'd put myself.
What do you want?
Don't ask, don't tell.
You were dressed very well on the piano last night. What a great show.
I watched the first episode of The Piano last night and I bawled my eyes out, and I was there at the time.
The reviews are in.
What does that mean?
Well, the critics' reviews.
Oh,
from
you're
the
looking at the
guide.
paper.
Yeah.
What's the Herald saying?
Okay, this is a bulky binge. Thousands of undead being felled with headshots or decapitations. Oh, hang on, I'm reading that. That's The Walking Dead.
Okay.
Sorry. Critics' view, The Piano.
Yeah.
5 stars.
Nice.
In the current television landscape of event TV and prestige streaming, free-to-air programming has become something of a poor cousin to the White Lotuses and Nicole Kidman's parade of designer coats in everything she's appeared in over the last 5 years. But the ABC's new series, The Piano, is a sweet reminder of the things that free-to-air TV does so well.
Oh, nice.
Hosted by Amanda Keller, who is surely the most genuine person on TV and radio.
Oh.
The series aims to explore how The Piano has transformed the lives of everyday Australians, from a 5-year-old girl to a 103-year-old man.
Yeah.
And that was great.
That's
I went the blob
nice.
on that. There were tears, brackets especially from Amanda Keller.
I bawled in the show, and I bawled as I watched it at home.
But you go to the blub at the drop of a hat.
But there are lovely stories.
It's
And when I
great.
say you cry, but often it's not just the sadness, it's the heartwarming nature of it. It's lovely.
There's great back and forth banter between Harry Connick Jr. and
Andrea Lamb. We had her on Friday.
And performances from across the musical gamut, from Taylor Swift to Rimsky-Korsakov.
Of course,
well
two
done.
favourites.
Well done. It was a very good show.
Thank you. You can stream all of them at the moment. I'm going to watch them one at a time, but you can stream them all.
So you can stream the whole shebang?
You can get it all out of the way, Brendan, and then your support of me is done.
That's it. I've watched the Missos shows. There you go. You know, have you watched all of my stuff on Fat
very
Pizza?
much so. Of course I did. I'm off the carbs, though. So.
Right, okay. Action-packed show today. You know, Ursula Carlson is going to be joining us in the studio live. Always nice to catch up with her.
Absolutely. We're also going to talk to Mark Riley from the ABC, their political editor.
That's right. There was an election on the weekend. What about that?
What about that? But let's get into the Magnificent Seven. Do you want question number one?
Please, ma'am.
Which flat, round, tomatoey food is sold by the slice in New York City?
1355.
It's not always tomatoey.
22 is our number. Jam Nation. We have for you the Magnificent Seven. There are 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say...
You know what a Man of the Match prize is?
What
you
is
get
it?
4 in-season passes to Crocodile Dundee, the Encore Cut. This is the film that's been made by Delvine Delaney, who we spoke to about this. The behind-the-scenes story of Crocodile Dundee.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a great prize.
Yeah.
Ash is in Penrith.
Hello, Ash.
Morning to you both. How you going?
Very
We're very
well.
well. Did you see Amanda's piano last night?
Watch it today. I got today off, so I recorded. I was at the Swans yesterday, so I watched it today.
Good win for the Swans on the weekend.
Finally, yep.
And you know what? It's a good weekend, I always think, as a Roosters supporter. Roosters won and Souths lost, so it's a great
Sharkies won as well.
Sharkies won.
So we're all winner, us dinner.
Well,
We're all happy.
Speaking of dinner, which flat, round, tomatoey food is sold by the slice in New York City?
Pizza.
Why don't we sell it by the slice here? Is that because we're big pigs?
No, we do. Yeah,
Do
there are a lot of those places you can buy.
But your takeaway box, that tiny little slice box? Do we do
I
all
don't know
that?
if they've got the slice box, but I know of a place that sells it by the slice.
Okay.
It's at King George's Road, I'm pretty sure. Just, Connells Point Road, South Hurstville there. I know that because I had a motorcycle accident there one time. And as I was lying on the road waiting for the ambulance...
Someone gave you a piece of pizza?
I know. I looked at the sign and I said, they sell pizza by the slice.
Oh, there you go.
And then morphine.
Why are my pants soiled?
And the ambulance gave me the blue whistle and some morphine and everything was great. What does the Q stand for in Q&A, Ash?
Question.
Correct answer. And now we're going to question number 3, which is the not-so-secret sound. Duh. Ash, what's this sound?
Yeah.
Can I just do it again? It's hard to hear, sorry.
Sure.
I think I'm wrong to say it's a horse, but I don't think it's right.
No, I'm sorry, Ash, it's not
You're right
a
about
horse.
being wrong. About Vicky of Old Toon Gabby.
Hi, Vicky.
Good morning. Good morning, guys.
Have a listen to this. What's that noise?
It sounds like you're doing or undoing a zipper.
Yes,
from
yeah.
like
It's
a
a
backpack
zipper.
or something.
It's a bag zipper, isn't it?
Yeah, or
I don't
Mick
think
Jagger with a long fly.
Which fashion item was banned in North Korea for being too capitalist? A, baseball caps, B, skinny jeans, or C, leather jackets?
I'd say the skinny jeans.
You'd think?
Wow, if they're going to arrest you for skinny jeans, middle-aged women would be filling those prisons. Don't arrest us for our stirrup pants either.
True or false, the first video ever played on MTV featured film composer Hans Zimmer. Is this true or false?
I have no idea. I'm just going to say true.
Yeah, of course it's going to be true.
I saw him in concert last weekend.
Yep.
He's just incredible. So, yes, he was behind The Dark Knight, The Lion King, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
So he appears in the music video for Video Killed the Radio Star.
He's banging the synth.
I didn't know that.
This is him. That's him. That's banging the synth.
I didn't know that. There you go. Question 6. Which day of the week is named after the Norse god Thor?
Friday?
I don't know how you got there, but no.
Thank you, Vicky.
You got through some hard ones and then that happened.
And then that happened. It happens.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Sam Nation.
Podcast.
The Magnificent Seven. Where are we at, Willis?
We're up to question number 6, which is going to Lincia in Raby. Hi, Lincia.
Good morning. How are you both?
Very well. The answer, surprisingly, isn't Friday, but which day of the week is named after the Norse god Thor?
Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Thursday.
Late night shopping, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, as homage to Thor. He loved a late night shop.
Well, you know, where's he going to get that hammer from?
Yeah, true. He doesn't have time during the day.
Question 7, Lincia. Who is our current Prime Minister?
Anthony Albanese.
There you go. There you go. We're going to talk to Mark Riley about the wash-up
Got
of
to
all
hang
that.
out with Amanda on Saturday night.
At an election party.
It was
like
good.
Jim, like what was the Don's party?
John's
Remember that
party.
old
It was exactly like
David
that.
Williamson film?
Then for some reason, I'm with your
play?
son at 2 o'clock in the morning outside the Oaks Hotel, and he's saying, let's go and get one more beer. And I said, no, Jack, let's go home.
Yeah.
We've got your mum home. Let us go
Now it's your
home.
turn.
It's your turn to go to bed. Congratulations, Lindsay. You've won the Jam Pack. It's all coming your way. 4 in-season passes to Crocodile Dundee, the encore cut in cinemas from May 8. A family pass to the Thirlmere Festival of Steam.
Ooh.
Step back in time and experience the magic of steam. Did you see the big steamer on your show last night?
Yes,
on the
I
piano,
did. Yeah,
pulled
I
into
did.
Central Railway
That's right,
Station.
we were filming at the railway station.
Love those things. And Josie and Amanda character choose fit colouring and some Staedtler pencils. Anything you'd like to add, Lincia?
Thank you so much. It's very much appreciated.
Lindsay, you're welcome.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
On your barbie chicken.
On your what? On your mommy chicken.
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
Grey old day in Sydney town, but this cloud should clear. It's sad news. Over the weekend, Jill Saboul passed away. You remember?
I know the name.
She did Supermodel. I always thought she was younger than what she was.
How old is she?
She's 66. She passed away in a house fire.
Oh, that's
I don't have any other details
sorry to
about
hear that.
But she also did Kissed a Girl before Katy Perry. Not a cover of, she did a song called Kissed a Girl back in the 90s. But Varley to Jill Saboul. This isn't about Jill Saboul. It's about another band who are all alive, Simple Minds. Thumbing through the Jam Pack. In 1981, they released Love Song. Did you know as well, I'm full of information today, it's been 40 years since this thing came out. From the Breakfast Club. Jim Kerr, the lead singer of the band, said at the time it wasn't really a song that they were into, but they thought, oh, fair enough, we'll do it. And
It's probably their biggest one ever.
always amazed at its success. Even Molly Ringwald, one of the stars of the movies, did a jazz cover of it in 2013.
Don't you forget about me.
Do you remember we interviewed her round about the time?
She didn't like us very much.
She got a bit shirty with us because we mentioned a Breakfast Club reunion.
We didn't. The Brat Pack reunion.
Yeah.
We didn't. You can hear my nervous laughter in that interview because you kept talking about it and she clearly didn't give a rat's.
Are you going to have a Brat Pack reunion?
Why would I do that?
I don't know. I would.
I don't even know who's in the Brat Pack.
You guys all hung out together. Would you ever have a reunion?
We just did movies together.
Yeah.
I mean, I was quite a bit younger than a lot of my co-stars. We didn't really hang out together other than working on the movies together.
Well, this is awkward, Molly, because I've organised a Brat Pack reunion, and I've got sandwiches and beer.
Thank you very much for having me. I've got to run to another another television station, but
well, look, thank you for joining us.
She wrapped us up.
I'm so awkward just listening to that.
Well, I'm sure
it's sphincter tightening
I'm sure
radio.
she could always hang a hat on a jazz career.
Don't play any more of that.
We could play that, or Jill Saboul, or Simple Minds. What about this? Love Song. A banger.
Jam Nation.
Well, what a weekend. Anthony Albanese led Labor to a historic victory. Peter Dutton lost his seat. Clive Palmer proved that sending unsolicited texts and spending millions and millions of dollars didn't pay off. For more, we're joined by 7 News political editor Mark Riley. Hello, Mark.
Hey, Amanda.
This is seen around the world as an anti-Trump move. What role do you think Donald Trump played in this election?
Yeah, it was, I said at one stage it was, like Charles and Diana's relationship. There was a third person in there and they just didn't reveal themselves a long way through. But, no, you know what, I've thought about this over the last couple of days and I think the impact of Trump is this. that Australian voters saw what was going on in America, and to them, that really typified change. And they thought, if that's the price of change, getting that fella in charge, we don't want it. And I think that was a big part of it. But also his policy suite and the belief Ryder assumed that Peter Dutton was proposing policies that were Trump-like was enough to repel a lot of voters.
And we saw Peter Dutton's humility in his concession speech, what I found was fantastic. And I thought, well, where was all that during the campaign?
Jonesy, they're always the best speeches. And I said to Kim Beazley a couple of times, probably unfairly, that, geez, Kim, your concession speeches are good, and I've heard so many of them. And actually, on reflection, it is unkind. But then it was, and it was a very generous speech. He hit all the right marks. He said really lovely things about the Prime Minister's mum and what she would have been thinking about her son from council housing and all the rest of it. Terrific. See more of that person on the campaign trail and you may have seen a little bit of a different result, maybe not. The thing that I'm reflecting on now, though, guys, that a lot of people in my business are, is how we didn't pick up the level of animosity towards Peter Dutton and the coalition during the campaign. Yeah, and I think the answer to that is because we were looking for it, we were told to find it on the Labor side. And we were looking on the wrong side of the planet. It was the other side where the voters had their baseball bats whacking into the palms.
What do you think this means for the future of the Liberal Party? I mean, have they lost their far right? Is this the end of the culture wars as a business model? What will it mean for them?
Great question. You know what? This is it is an existential crisis for the Liberal Party, not to put it too profoundly. The problem is, Amanda, that the policies of the right, of the conservative part of what John Howard used to call the broad church, have been resoundingly rejected by the electorate. But the majority of people who've survived this nuclear blast are conservatives. The moderates have almost been wiped out because the Teals came at the Liberal Party from the left, brutalised their vote, and then essentially sent it to Labor. And I don't think a lot of Liberal voters realise that. They wouldn't vote for Dutton's brand of liberalism, but they couldn't bring themselves to vote for Labor, so they voted Teal or Independent. And by virtue of doing that, their preferences went straight through to Labor. So they lost a lot of their moderate edge. And now in the broad church, that small L liberal progressive part has been excommunicated. And all you've got left is the Conservatives looking at a landscape where the people are telling them to go back to the centre, where the moderates used to live, and no longer. So it's a really tough bind.
Who's going to be the new guy, Mark?
Or woman?
Woman? Well, guy or woman, exactly. Well, a woman wouldn't be a bad thing, would it? You know, you need change. You need to put a different face to the people, and you need to put a different policy prescription. End the culture wars. You know, stop the division, don't set everything up as a fight, put a positive agenda to the people. And, you know, a female face would help. But I remember Julie Bishop said, you know, I asked her when she clicked her red heels and took off out of politics, will the Liberal Party ever elect a woman as leader? And she said, probably not. You know, we were giving them a choice and they haven't taken it. So at the moment, you've got 4 contenders. Angus Taylor's probably the leading contender because he'll get the numbers from the right, from that conservative part of the party that now still probably more intensely dominates the party room. There's Dan Tehan from Victoria. I don't think he'll get the support. Susan Lee, she's a moderate and a woman, and I don't think they haven't come at electing a moderate leader since Malcolm Turnbull. They didn't like that and what happened there, and I don't think they'll do it again. And the other one is Andrew Hastie, who's from the West, which, as Bob and Beazley would say, is a very difficult place to lead from, but not impossible. But he's also young, so he represents the future for them. And, you know, do you want to burn a future leader in what will be, you know, there'll be churn and burn in this for them in leadership. It would be really difficult job. I don't know why anyone would want it, but anyway, they will. Right. So it's a conundrum. And
sold that well.
Well, mate, in the meantime, you know, there's the other side of the equation. You know, Labor have been masterful in the way that they've set up this election, the campaign and the questions to people. So we had those, you know, the Prime Minister on your program, on our programs, everywhere talking about Medicare, talking about bulk billing, talking about urgent care clinics, talking about cheaper medicines, the sort of stuff that really connects with people. And he's been doing that since January, and it worked. And in these circumstances, you know, okay, it wasn't perfect, but in politics, we look at things in a binary way, and the winners of elections luxuriate in the roseate glow of their brilliance, and the losers are a bunch of knuckleheads. That's just the way that the analysis goes. But in this case, it's pretty true.
Well, Mark, thank you. We love your analysis. You can get all the latest, of course, Mark Ferguson and Angela Cox on 7 News tonight at 6 o'clock on 7, and you'll see Mark Riley in there.
Hey, thanks very much. And if I was ever to watch another network, another program, and maybe I just sort of blinked at the piano last night, oh my God, Amanda, what a great program.
Isn't it great? I was there at the time, funnily enough, when it was filmed, and I still bawled when I watched it last night.
Oh, darling, I had a little tear. I was sitting there thinking, I must be tired. I must go to bed. It was a wonderful program. Well done.
Thank you, Mark.
You steely old journalists, don't go the blub. Come on. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks,
Mark Riley there.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation. Let's get on down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test. Paying for drinks at the wedding. Does it pass the pub test?
You're planning a wedding for your daughter as we speak.
Pay the deposit.
See, lots of people these days are doing it differently.
I've been looking at the T's and C's on it, and I'm saying, so if anything happens,
don't break up.
If someone goes to, person A goes to Darwin, or person B goes to somewhere else.
You can't now because I paid the deposit.
Well, what if someone carks it?
Oh, stop.
Largely me.
With the panic. That's the traditional way, isn't it? That the parents of the bride, is this how the old-fashioned way would pay the wedding?
Yep.
And all of the booze, food, everything is included. A whole lot of people are doing it differently these days, and often people are paying for their own weddings. And a new trend, a new Gen Z trend, is that people aren't paying for alcohol. The bride and groom aren't. So you turn up and it's a cash bar, sometimes having dry weddings, but often, there has been cases of a cash bar. Mm-hmm. And some people are saying that's absolutely fine. Others are saying, come on, I've paid accommodation to be here. I've bought a present. We've bought clothes to come to your wedding, etc., etc. You're hosting the party. You should be providing the drinks.
Yeah. I long for, the good old days. Like, I'm living in the good old days. It's going to be all the drinks. When you come along there, you're going to get a drink.
I'm going to get my body's worth of alcohol.
You're going to get some of the watery Great Northern that's left over from the engagement that no one drank.
But I've been reading some comments, and so there are people who are saying, I think that's fair enough, that, the bride and groom shouldn't be expected to pay for everything. I'll buy my own drinks. And others saying, no, you're hosting the party, you pay for it.
What do you think? Paying for drinks at a wedding, does it pass the pub test?
Jam Nation.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Here's cheers, everyone. Jonesy spat on Jonesy.
That wasn't us watching the election on Saturday night. We were watching it on the ABC. I wanted to flick it over to 7 or Sky News, but we're in a bit of a lefty crowd, so they wouldn't have any of that. But,
every network's going to do a fair coverage because the result is the result.
But Channel 9 had the dunk tank.
Yeah.
Remember there was a time...
It's gimmicky, isn't it? They put Peter Dutton's face in a dunk tank.
Yeah.
And I saw someone else say, look, they're still humans. These people have to put themselves out there every day, and they probably saw the writing on the wall and knew... so many politicians would have known, I can't win this, but I have to front up anyway. They're still humans, and they're nice people, and what do you do? But apart from Clive Palmer, dunk him. Not a single seat for Clive Palmer.
And Clive's going to retire. He's too old for politics.
Oh, yeah. When did he decide that?
He's going to
pull out. Someone was saying to me how everyone was outraged to get all those tweets from him, texts from him, and all the money spent on advertising. A friend of mine said, no, let him spend more money. So when he loses, he's lost all that money as well.
Well, he reckons he makes that in a week.
Doing what? I don't understand.
I don't know. I will say this about this. I had a history of Clive, the history of Clive. He looks better now than he did when he was 40.
Oh, he must have looked terrible at 40. Here's me saying they're humans. Let's not vilify them. He looks terrible.
Says Miss Kind over here. But it was all class, and this is what I love about being in Australia. I thought Anthony Albanese's...
I teared up during his speech.
Victory speech was very good.
Loved it.
Let us all reflect on what we have in common, because no matter who you voted for, no matter where you live, no matter how you worship or who you love, whether you belong to a culture that has known and cared for this great continent for 65,000 years, or you have chosen our nation as your home and enriched our society with your contribution, we are all Australians.
Peter Dutton's concession speech. That was fantastic.
Now, we didn't do well enough during this campaign. That much is obvious tonight, and I accept full responsibility for that. Earlier on, I called the Prime Minister to congratulate him on his success tonight. It's an historic occasion for the Labor Party, and we recognise that. I congratulated the Prime Minister and wished he and Jody and Nathan all the very best. And I said to the Prime Minister that his mum would be incredibly proud of his achievement tonight, and he should be very proud of what he's achieved. Thank you.
He was so human, and a lot of people have said, where was that Peter Dutton during the campaign? Because you could respond to him as a
nice
human.
fella.
He's a lovely fella.
When he came in the studio, we were charmed by him.
Ali France, who has won the seat that Peter Dutton lost, he lost his own seat, which means he's no longer a member of Parliament. He's no longer a politician. But Ali France's story is quite extraordinary. She's been campaigning since the 2019 federal election for this seat. And the more I read about her, the more extraordinary she is. She had no idea that she wanted a career in politics, hadn't pushed for any of that. Then she had an accident. She was pinned by a car in 2011 and lost her leg above the knee.
I didn't know that.
No, she's a Paralympian. She was unable to walk for more than 2 years and found comfort in a new sport, outrigger canoeing. But during this process for her, she saw a need for greater NDIS support, disability support, the cost of healthcare, all that kind of stuff. She suddenly thought, I think I need to go into politics. Yeah. How hard for her. Her husband died with cancer, 2023, and just last year she lost her 19-year-old son, Henry, to leukemia. And so this is a woman who's done the hard yards, is doing the hard yards.
These are the people, when I say the dopes that run this country, these are the people you want running the country.
Yeah, someone, as she said, she has... she sees the world through the lens of knowing how hard it can be and how she can help people.
What I took away from also watching the Prime Minister's victory speech is, and this is what separates us from America, is what he said here.
A short time ago, I spoke with Peter Dutton, who has, of course, conceded defeat. And I thanked him. No. What we do in Australia is we treat people with respect.
Yeah. Right, I must say, on Sunday morning, the sun was shining and I walked around and I thought, I am proud to be Australian right now.
It's going to be okay.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
I want you to get up right now.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I am as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
The pub test today, paying for drinks at a wedding, does it pass the pub test? This piques my interest because my daughter is getting married next year.
Are you paying for drinks?
Well, I've already paid a deposit, which was...
Well, see, that in light of that, because you're going free, does that? Some people are saying, I'm paying for this and this and this, you can pay for your own drinks. And a lot of Gen Zs are paying for their own weddings. And so they're saying, make it a cash bar. If you want a drink, please buy your own drinks.
I've already put your requirements in. A schooner of Drambuie every half hour until she falls over.
So paying for drinks at a wedding, does it pass the pub test?
The old traditional way was the father and mother of the bride paid for the reception and all the food. The husband-to-be paid for the grog, or his family, and the cars. Recently, my daughter got married. I paid for the reception, which was everything. But yes, you should pay for the drinks. It's your party, you're putting it on, and everyone is going out of their way to get there.
I think so. They're your friends. Wouldn't you want to help them out? I have no issue with paying for my drinks. So, yeah, it's a beautiful day for them. So let's enjoy it and let them put their money towards something like a home, a deposit. So, yep, pay for your own drinks.
Absolutely. If you're going to a wedding, 100% you should be given drinks, and you should also give a gift accordingly.
No, I don't believe it does. And I recently attended my niece's wedding, which was held on New Year's Eve, so hence it was a very expensive time to travel. And 2 weeks out from the wedding, we found out that we had also been allocated either bringing a salad or bringing a dessert.
What? Where do we draw the line now?
Outrageous.
Jam Nation.
I suppose the M1 is running better today, but still those metal shards, we heard about this on Friday, 300 cars were affected when a truck heading south from Gosford there and its back door opened up and all these little bits of metal fell onto the road.
Over 25 Ks.
Yeah. And good news on that front, which a lot of people right now would probably be picking bits of metal out of their tyres. But the truck company behind the spill, NJ Ashton, they've apologised for the accident.
What happens now?
Well, there'll obviously be an inquiry, but they're saying it's an accident. It's not negligence.
But they've taken responsibility. But who pays for that? Because the cost of tyres.
On the news, their general manager got on the news on Friday and he said, we're totally mea culpa. In a day and age where people sort of run away from responsibility, you've got to give kudos to these guys.
And they will financially cover the cost?
They've got an insurance thing for it, so watch this space as far as that goes. But it's just nice to see someone standing up going, okay, there was a mistake. Yeah. It wasn't the driver's fault. It was a mechanical error. We will do everything in our power to sort it out. So good on you guys. Good work.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast. Jonesy and Amanda.
You don't have to do anything. You just sit there in the bimbo seat and I'll do it all. And when I say bimbo seat, I mean, with all due respect. With all due respect.
Sure.
Does that apply to Donald J. Trump?
What about that? That image, you may have seen it over the weekend, of him as the Pope, an AI version of him sitting in the full regalia of the Pope with his finger raised, a big cross around his neck. Unbelievable.
When I saw it, I laughed. I thought it was a satire site that had put it out. And I laughed. I said, oh, that's funny. And then I saw it was from him.
Yes. Well, this is the thing. As we know, he's not a Catholic, does not attend church regularly. Joe Biden is a staunch Catholic who went to church every week, and yet Donald Trump has somehow made him look like the religious leader somehow. But he posted this image on Truth Social on his platform. Then, and so let me just give you the context of this. The White House then reposted it on their official account. This happened less than a week after he attended the funeral of Pope Francis. It's just, I just can't believe it. On the comments, funnily enough, even atheists are saying they're offended. Right. I saw this. This is the official account for the Catholic bishops of New York State.
Sure.
And they've said there is nothing clever or funny about this image, Mr. President. We just buried our beloved Pope Francis, and the cardinals are about to enter a solemn conclave to elect a new successor of St. Peter. Do not mock us.
I'd like to see him try that with a Muslim leader.
Yeah. Or next photo will be him on the cross.
Speaking of away from that,
Speaking of away from that,
the pianists last night. It's hard to say pianists.
It's easy, pianists.
On the piano.
Yeah.
You say it so well.
I told our pianist to come. Brendan, it's a really lovely show and you've made a dick joke out of it.
No, I have not.
You have?
Excuse me. The reviews have come in.
Of that joke?
And they are glowing.
Jam Nation.
What a great show, the piano last night. I've seen you host many, many shows in my time. But this is one of your best.
Well, the premise, it's a beautiful show. Amateur pianists who normally just play maybe piano at home. Some people have never told their friends they play the piano. They're encouraged to come down and play a public piano just for the love of it. And what they don't know is that Harry Connick Jr. and Andrea Lamb, who's Australia's leading classical pianist, are watching on. They're hidden. And they're talking about these pianists and what they love about them. Mm-hmm. And then they select one from each location we go to perform in a concert at the end. But the stories are beautiful. They're heartwarming. I cried watching it again last night.
Yeah, I like that 103-year-old guy.
Bill.
What about him?
What about Bill?
103.
103?
Yeah.
He's 103 years old.
I've never met anybody who's 103.
You're in very good nick.
Thank you very much, madam.
And his memory is going, his vision is going, but he has this muscle memory of the music.
Is he still going?
He passed away between the filming and last night.
He was great.
He was beautiful.
I like those ladies, the Evergreens.
Oh, the Evergreens. There were 4 of them. They all dressed in green, and 4 of them played the piano at the same time.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's good. But it wasn't just old ducks.
No, there were 5-year-olds and there were teenagers who didn't play sport, and that this got them through hard times in their life. The length and breadth of people who feel something through the music. It's extraordinary.
Yeah. I played piano when I was a kid.
Did you?
We ended up going to learn the piano, and my piano teacher used to wear a bikini when I was playing the piano because she lived near the beach.
And she'd sit next to you on the piano stool in a bikini.
Yeah.
You've got beautiful memories of it.
I was about 5 or 6.
But a lot of kids...
I could have been a virtuoso if I wasn't so distracted.
I know, but a lot of people said they'd learnt it when they were young, and then they'd moved away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was something, whether it was COVID or hard times in their life or whatever it was, they were very grateful that they'd had that grounding because they could go back to it.
Critics' View is in the Sydney Morning Herald. You know how many stars it got? Out of a possible 5 stars? 5 stars, baby.
That's big time.
Hosted by Amanda Keller, who is surely the most genuine person on TV and radio. That's not me saying that. This is this reviewer, but I would concur.
Very nice.
The series aims to explore how the piano has transformed the lives of everyday Australians, from a 5-year-old girl to a 103-year-old man. She is the best thing on TV.
Doesn't say that.
That's me.
You.
No, that's me.
You. Yeah,
that's me. And you bring the commentary.
I told our pianist to come.
So really...
You love your art.
You're watching that, or what are you up against? You're up against Botched. Come on. You can beat Botched.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation Podcast.
Ursula Carlson has just won the People's Choice Award for the 4th time. Thank you. She's starring in Hollywood blockbusters. She is selling out every comedy festival she does. She's joining us now because she's about to embark on a new one. Hello, Ursula.
Hi, how are you?
I'm surrounded by brilliance.
You're surrounded.
Surrounded and beauty.
I'm
like a little offended you're not leading with the hotness of us on this side. I mean, you can tell the makeup is on point today. Our skin is looking good.
Amanda got a 5-star review for a TV show, The Piano. Now look at you getting accolades. I feel very, very inadequate.
Well, no, quite right.
You're wearing a great blouse today.
A blouse?
Yeah.
It's paisley.
Yeah, it's paisley. It's got buttons. It's a blouse.
Maybe your mother would probably say it's a snazzy top.
Yeah. No, you look very...
depressing.
Tidy.
Tidy.
Yeah, my mum used to say that. You
So
look tidy. I'm like, I don't think that's a compliment.
So a 5-star review, you're getting accolades, and I'm wearing a tidy blouse.
Yeah.
Yay me.
Yeah.
So, I know the world is full of hilarious things. We're just looking at a picture of the Pope of Donald Trump dressed as the Pope.
Yeah.
You can't make comedy about that because he's already beaten you to it. What do you do?
I know. You know what? I don't touch Trump at all. I don't do anything about Trump because he's just sucked all the joy out of it because he is the punchline. Like, there's nothing I can do that's crazier than he's doing himself.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll just let that play out by itself. It's like a weird evil Benny Hill sketch when that man is on. It's like, honestly, I feel like I'm going to wake up and if someone's going, we're being punked.
Yeah.
This is a global punk.
We're all getting chased in our underpants.
Yeah.
So where do you find your comedy? Do you read an article in the paper and think that's funny? Do you see something in the street? How does it flow to you?
Yeah, so everything, even in this show, like everything that happens to me or, that I see happening around me, I always, like my mum used to go, there's 2 types of people. The people that go with best case scenario, the worst case scenario. But I think there's a third, like, what's the funniest thing that can happen out of this? And then I just talk about the stuff that's happening in my life.
And do you ever have with my friends, because I'm on radio, I'll sometimes say, oh, don't worry, cone of silence. Or sometimes I'll say to them, do you mind if I talk about that? Do you mind your friends' lives?
No, I don't. Sometimes if it happens with me in it, if something really funny happens, then I go, I'm going to talk about that, like, if that's okay. But normally I don't. I haven't needed to yet, but if I need to.
Yeah.
I'll plow in deep. But no, I just talk about stuff that is happening in my life. And even in this show, I tell stories about my mum, because she's going to art class. My mum was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and now she's going to all these art classes and stuff. So I brought her to the show, and I said to her, listen, this is what I want to share. And so she gave me 3 things that I'm allowed to share that has been so funny because that's her love language. It's not music. It's laughter. And so I've been sharing some stuff that has happened to Mum. And there's this one thing at art class, because every art class, they all drink the paint water, because when they walk in, they each get a cup of Milo and a cup of water to clean their brushes. And every week I try and tell the lady, Helen, who runs it, I'm like, Helen, you got to mix it up a bit, babes. Like give them a little ice cream tub for them to clean their brushes.
Yeah,
don't give them another cup that looks like the other cup. Yeah. And once you dip the brush in 3 times, you don't know which is Milo and which is the paint water.
And that's what Mushroom Woman did with the mushroom meal. She had different plates, so there's no confusion.
Yeah.
Don't put the paint water in with the coffee.
And every week...
The toilet bowl would be fascinating.
Yeah, I know. And so every week I say to Mum, don't drink the paint water. And then she laughs. And when she comes out, I can see the paint stains. I go, did you drink it? She goes, I did. And I tried not to. And her aunt all smells like Milo. Because then she panics and she dips that brush in everything around her.
And that's what we're going to see in the show. Ursula, it's always great to catch up with you. For tickets and tour information, head to livenation.com.au. This is going to be great.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Thank you.
I still feel inadequate in my blouse.
Also, Ursula smells spectacular.
Always smells good.
Yeah, I had a shower this morning.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what
clean,
it is.
and I have a clean shirt on.
And it's not even Saturday. Ursula Carlson, thank you.
Jam Nation.
Moving into the ground right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Coin cash.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Instagram.
Gold, 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You can pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. Get all the questions right, $1,000.
That's step 1. You can make it $2,000 by answering a bonus question, but it is double or nothing.
Emma has a lot of questions ahead of her. How's things in Engadine, Emma?
It's lovely in Engadine. How are you guys?
We're very well.
Thank you.
Sadly, that isn't one of the 10 questions ahead of you here.
Because that would just be a tick of a box.
So let's see what we can do. 10 questions, 60 seconds. We always say that you should say pass if you're not sure because we usually have time to come back, okay?
All right, then.
Emma, here we go, and good luck. Here comes question number 1. Who is our Prime Minister?
Albanese.
Question 2. Who's the main character in Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Question 3. Tiger Woods is known for which sport?
Golf.
Question 4. What's the collective noun for sheep?
Sheep.
What did you say?
No, hang on. Just pause that, Tom.
What did you say?
She said sheep.
No, a collective noun for sheep.
Collective noun for sheep.
No, I think that's a no. I'm sorry. No, collective noun, that's part of the question. It's like, there's a...
Yeah, it's a flock of sheep.
It's a flock of sheep. Like there's a murder of crows.
Yes.
We're happy to give you a bit of latitude there, Emma, and if you came in with flock, we would have let that go.
Oh, Emma, I'm sorry. You got stumped on question 4.
No! But, Emma, you've got Engadine.
Anyway.
And that doesn't matter.
Thank you. I think Engadine. That's right.
Carry
Thank you.
on.
Thanks, Emma.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
I want to show you something.
Oh.
For those playing along at home.
It's like when I was at school and the teacher would wheel in the TV.
Oh, yeah, because you knew they had a hangover. As an adult now, you know they're having a bad day.
We're not doing anything here.
Yeah, we realise now it's because they're, having a shocker.
Okay, show us what you got.
Well, I'll just explain for those who are playing along what we're about to see.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a woman who's walking along sort of a bush track, and she's got, I reckon, 5-month-old. I reckon the twins.
Yep.
One's in the front of the pram, one's in the back of the pram.
I love those twin prams. They are so cute.
And so she's filming the front twin going, hello, hello, and then she films the back twin.
Yeah.
And Brendan, you watch this as we play it here.
Here we are, back at the river today. Hello, miss. Hi, who's a happy girl? Hello, little mister.
Little guy.
Hi. Oh, what have you got there?
What he had there is a snake in his hand, a 5-month-old baby, and he's just sitting there with a little look on his face, and he's got this snake whose head is moving back and forth in his hand.
And he looks like a snake handler. He doesn't seem to be fussed by it. He's
but you can just hear the mother, the last bit of the mum again.
What have you got there?
And then the world just shifts. She drops her phone. And suddenly she's having to deal with it.
I think it's just a harmless tree snake.
Oh, still. But
still.
Your instinct as a mother is you just have to grab that snake and fling it.
Yeah.
Even if it's a taipan, you have to grab it and fling it.
My eldest, years ago, we got him one of those bug catchers. Remember the bug catcher?
Ah, gotcha.
And I got him the bug catcher and I said, go on, mate, knock yourself out. Comes back about 2 hours later. He goes, Dad, I got some butterflies. And I'm like, oh, wow, good on you, Morgs.
Wow, that's not easy to catch.
Takes the lid off, and it was like a horror movie. He'd put about 1,000 stink bugs into this thing.
And he opened it inside.
No, on the back veranda, but he just took the lid off And they all just went, and I went, stink bugs. And you know the smell of those things?
Yeah.
But I don't even know how he got them in there.
I remember once when Liam was just sort of crawling all over the place, we're down at the park, and Harley goes, "What's that in your mouth? Let's have a little look." It was half a cockroach.
Oh, Liam.
There had been another time with dog poo, but we won't even go into that.
I think
this was dried.
I think something the tribal drum would no doubt beat.
How about it beats for this?
What have you got there?
What have you got there? That was the last optimistic words she ever said in her life.
Jam Nation.
Wouldn't you think if you were taking your 5-month-old twins for a walk in a pram, a little bushwalk, they're not walking around themselves, they're sitting in a pram. You'd think, what can possibly happen? So there's a woman walking along, she's filming her little twin, she goes, "Hello," little one in the front,
so cute.
gurgling, da-da-da. She moves the camera to the one in the back.
What have you got there?
Snake. The kid's in a pram. How does it get a snake in its
I think it's
hand?
just a little tree snake. It's harmless, but nonetheless.
Its head's writhing around and the kid's holding it around the neck.
The snake looked kind of comfortable with it.
Oh, the kid was comfortable. It makes me feel sick.
It does. And your kids, that's what they do. You know, when they get out there in the wild and you watch them wandering along.
But this kid wasn't even wandering. He's just sitting there. Next minute he's holding a snake.
The tribal drum is beating for this.
What have you got there?
Jess has joined us.
Hello, Jess. What did they have there?
Good morning. When my kids were, I think it was like 3 and 1.5, my 3-year-old was on the toilet doing a number 2 and spending his time doing it and just having a good old chatter. Anyway, then my 1.5-year-old comes out and he's looking at me and coming out and saying, poo. And I'm like, "Oh, Auntie, have you done a poo in your nappy? Do you need me to change you?" Holding out his dummy at me, poo. And I looked a little bit closer and I realised that he'd been inspecting his brother's poo in the toilet and had dropped his dummy into the toilet, so he'd put his hand in and fished his own dummy out of the toilet while my other son was pooing.
Oh.
You
know, my limbs just want to drop off. I can't deal. You know, it was one of those moments, Jess, where you think, where's the adult who's going to take care of this? And you think, oh, no, it's me.
Oh, yes. And the smell that just emanated everywhere through the house. I washed my hands that many times.
No, but it's in there. It's in there now. It's in your nostrils forever.
Oh, Jess.
It's all taken.
They're grown up now. They're not doing that.
We're going to be okay.
Then you watch White Lotus and you think, oh, hang on.
What happened?
What, in White Lotus?
Oh, episode 1.
No, episode.
Series 1.
No, which episode are you talking about? The most recent one. The brothers.
Who?
No, the brothers.
Oh, yeah. Okay, look, why would you take it there?
Well, I'm not taking it anyway.
You're taking it there. You're taking it there.
You talk to them about that. That's not my circus.
You know, I'd rather talk about poo.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Jonesy and Amanda. Like one of those old guys now that's bitter.
It sounds like it.
How does it sound like?
Well, you just said you were bitter.
I was joking. You're not supposed to join in. What are you doing?
Do you know what a psephologist is?
A psephologist? No, I don't.
A psephologist is a specialist in psephology. That should explain it all to you, which is the study of elections and voting. And I think Australia's leading psephologist is Anthony Green, who after 36 years is bidding farewell to his role as the person who pretty much calls the elections on the ABC. He's covered more than 60 federal, state and territory elections. And he's the GOAT. He's the one everyone looks to see what the numbers are doing, waiting for him to give them their analysis. And I think the ABC coverage of this has rated something like 4 million on Saturday night. Yeah, amazing. He's an incredible guy, but he is bowing out. He's leaving this role.
What's he going to do?
I'm not sure, actually. But one of the things I did have a chuckle at this tiny little farewell moment.
Well, the story at the moment is the opposition leader seated of Dixon. At this stage, Peter Dutton is on track to lose his seat.
Maybe a bit of editorialising there.
Dixon, when you got Dixon in there.
I know, you've got Dixon and Dutton. You can see how it happened.
How did you go? You didn't go and vote on Saturday, did you?
I did a postal vote.
You did, and we really embraced the postal vote thing. I like going on Saturday. I like going with my wife to the polling booth. We went and, we couldn't get a democracy sausage.
Why not?
They didn't have one at this particular polling booth.
Because there's not a fundraising place.
There's no queue, though. So
Oh.
Got a bacon and egg roller from the cafe around the corner. My daughter went to one that had a polling booth and the cakes and all that junk, but she was in the queue for ages.
I see.
Did you see a double pay or
What's
double
that?
bay? I've dicked myself. A double.
What does that mean?
A double bay.
Yeah.
They had $6 democracy sausages, but then you could go the double pay version and pay twice, so you didn't feel so cheap.
And so what do you get if you pay more?
Same sausage, but you just pay twice.
But right, so this is a
But you know how people
fundraiser
say
for your
about
local
double
school.
pay.
Right.
Which I find whenever I go to Double Bay, it's not often, but it's not that expensive when you go and get a coffee.
It's absolutely not. I'm a big fan of Double Bay because everyone said, you always say you went to Double Pay, did you?
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just a normal shopping area.
It's just, you know.
My son went to Jack went to line up to vote. I was very insistent that both boys had changed their address and all of that. But he lined up for the wrong electorate and then so he spent about an hour lining up for that and then had to go to the other table and do it all over again.
Yeah, I said that to my daughter as well because she went to she's moved out of home.
Yeah.
And I said, do not say you've changed your address. Just do it, vote it, let's get moving.
Otherwise, well, then you're not voting for your local member who might be a member of the Klan. No one told me.
She did. She ended up voting for the Klan.
Unknowingly.
Yes, of course. I guess she'd love that. My daughter does not vote for the Klan.
No, but I said unknowingly. You have to be careful.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
The commute seems to be a lot better today than it was on Friday.
Oh, the M1 on Friday.
Wasn't that
25 Ks of shrapnel. It shredded the tyres of about 300 cars.
I was watching the news on Friday night, and I must commend the trucking company. They've come up, they've put their hand up about what happened. They're saying, it's our fault, our responsibility. They don't know what caused the door on the back of the truck to drop the metal out, but it was certainly it wasn't the truck driver's fault. He's been doing it for a long time, does it quite regularly. Mechanical issues happen. I like these guys, though, at NJ Ashton, the company. They've apologised for the accident. Their general manager, Daniel Falconer, confirmed that all reasonable costs will be covered under the company's insurance policy. We're taking full responsibility for what happened and are very sorry for any damage that's been caused. And that's fair.
Absolutely.
Accidents happen.
But this stuff with 300 cars, it's like that footage you see of Canada or places like that in North America where there's a blizzard and one car skids into another and skid, and suddenly hundreds of cars involved. You think, God, how do you clean any of that up? Well, we had our own situation on Friday.
What's the situation with your car? You got those crazy run-flat tyres?
Yeah, but I don't think it'd survive a shrapnel shredding, would it?
They're pretty good. The run-flat tyre, there's a bit of a con with them. They say you can't plug them. You know, the little plug that you put in them.
You're not supposed to.
Well, you're not supposed to.
It's supposed to give you long enough that you can drive safely to a replacement place.
Yeah, but have you seen those Space Saver tyres? The little skinny one?
Yeah.
Now, my daughter was driving around with one of those for about 6 years.
That's the thing, isn't it?
It's not
Jack had 2 flat tyres recently and then he had to borrow his brother's Space Saver. And I said, make sure you get it back to him.
My greatest moment was teaching both your boys how to change a tyre.
Yeah.
I managed to teach Jack, but Liam wasn't there that day.
No, but Liam was the one then in a tunnel that had
I had to
on his
talk
way
him
to
through on the
Homebush got a
phone.
flat tyre.
And he got through it and he did it. But the run-flat tyre business, when you... it's for when you're travelling at 200 Ks on the Autobahn in Germany. You're not supposed to plug your tyre.
That's how fast I drive everywhere.
That's you. Do you check it? Of course you don't. Well, I'm even asking you.
What's a tyre?
Whatever, there's a round thing that goes under. So good on you, NJ Ashton. Good on you.
Jam Nation.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the Ghoulies get together.
Imagine what you could do with $20,000. That's what you'll get if you're our favourite ghoulie of the year.
What have we got today?
You know what really gets my ghoulies? Iron supplements. Can someone explain to me why it takes 3 months to feel the positive effects of iron tablets, so a bit of energy back or increased hemoglobin, but it only takes 3 days to be constipated and have black poo?
Constipation's a big thing with iron tablets.
You know the latest constipation ad I like is that lady, she's running in the park and then she turns into a statue. It really explains the whole thing as well.
Better than the other way if something happens to you in the park and then you end up on a current affair as one of those joggers.
As the poo jogger.
I'd rather be a constipated jogger any day.
Choose your own adventure. What else have we got?
Bananas. I cannot buy a bunch on a Sunday now for lunches during the week. I buy them, there's still a lot of green on them. Monday, there's yellow starting. That's fine. They taste really nice. Tuesday, they're yellow all over. Wednesday, you're throwing them out. They've got brown spots. They're yucky. Truly and Ruly, it gets my ghoulies. It's bananas.
Yeah.
Avocados are the same. You hard, look away.
But
Wait,
soft.
Yeah, but far too soft and brown.
Yeah, it's like me on a Saturday night. Out with the bad, in with the good. You can contact us via the iHeartRadio app.
Jam Nation.
Our favourite caller, email or Facebook friend wins tickets for you and 3 friends to see Ice House, an exclusive performance at the Coliseum Theatre the 23rd of August.
What's your favourite Ice House song outside of Great Southern Land?
Electric Blue.
Oh.
What about you?
Nothing too serious. I like that synth.
You like a bit of synth.
I'm not a big synth guy.
Well, who's going to get man of the match? This morning during our game of Magnificent Seven, Vicky from Old Toon Gabby, she was really going well until she got this question. Question 6. Which day of the week is named after the Norse god Thor?
Friday?
I don't know how you got there, but no. The answer, of course, was Thursday. Boys' Day.
But it's a Monday. That's what happens.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Gold 101.7's 50K Snow Repeat Workdays up next with Higo.
I like to call him Dave Higo Higgins.
Catch us repeating any song 6 till 6 weekdays. You can win an instant $500 and a snow getaway to Utah.
You know what as well? Our book. You got to send your stuff in for our book.
We want you to upload a photo of yourself, add to our book, go to the Gold Win page. It's all there. Please be part of our book. It's coming out at the end of the year.
Nothing salacious, okay?
No, please.
We're back for Jam Nation tonight at 6 o'clock. We'll catch you then.
See you
then. Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tears, baby, from your eyes.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation podcast. Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.